Are we good?
Sing the fucking game.
Already did.
Okay, well, good. Hey, everybody, welcome back to PixelJunkies podcast.
Intro there, by the way. That was
Episode 180. All right, you can actually intro now.
I don't really have a good intro. I was just going to intro.
Okay, then the intro.
See, the joke I had planned isn't going to work now because it now feels forced. You've ruined my day of planning.
You wanted the
fucking intro.
You wanted.
I shit so hard I gave myself heartburn. That was the joke. See, it doesn't work. It's not a funny joke anymore because Adam's like, "Hey, I'm a piece of shit."
We started the podcast?
Oh, yeah, we've started.
Okay.
We have
not. Absolutely. That is all going in.
It's not. It's all going at the end.
Hold on. What do I do? Career?
No, don't do career. You're going to fuck me up. Do
hey, Adam. How do you feel about...
We're not
we are well into this friggin' podcast.
Right when we actually start discussing stuff is when I'm going to cut in.
We are right into
this.
If you want to, yeah.
Yes, just keep pressing A until you play the game.
Harry
Potter. How do you feel about Harry Potter?
Oh my god.
How do you feel about Harry Potter? Tell me.
That can't be the intro.
Oh, we're well into this.
But I can't do anything. All I can say is, what's this and back. Those are my only two options.
Just keep pressing A.
I am pressing A.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Hey.
Episode 180 of the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
We finally
it's October 5th.
It is. It's Jordan's birthday. Fuck you, Jordan.
Jordan is not on the podcast.
Do you want to waste your day?
I guess you could say it was his first light.
Okay.
That's an awful reference.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty esoteric one. Oh no.
He wrote a song or whatever.
What did you do to my car?
I don't know.
Rory, it's your car. Also, to be fair, this is probably accurate representation of how you actually drive.
I think that you're picking up. You're continuing a championship I was doing in free play before. You can start another one if you want, Rory. It's up to you. Anyway, Roy has no idea to play car games, so he insisted on playing a car game for the podcast. So this will be painful for me and probably you also.
Also, probably it's a good thing that he doesn't have a bunch of topics on this list that he needs to talk about while also trying to concentrate on a very difficult game. You've already crashed.
How do you
reverse?
You got to downshift. It's a sequential shift. You got to downshift with X to reverse.
Hey Rory.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Harry Potter?
Meh.
Yeah, that's the last thing you hear out of the cockpit is like, how do you feel about Harry Potter?
I think Adam is the resident
Harry
Potter. I forgot what it was called for a second there. Harry Potter fan.
You're a pot nerd?
Nice job for
you. How do you get disqualified?
pothead? You're a pothead?
Restart!
Went the wrong way.
Sure. Yeah, I would suppose I'm the resident Harry Potter fan on this podcast.
So why should I give a fuck about Harry Potter?
It's a good, very well-written book series that explores a childhood a boy who finds out that he's a wizard and he's kind of thrust into this magical kind of quasi-fantasy world.
Relatable.
Sure.
I was the chosen one once also.
It's very well written. Lots of really great characters, great characterization, good plot. It's very wholesome. No nudity. Not in the books anyway.
That kind of contrasts with the wholesome part you said.
Who would win, Harry Potter or Star Wars?
The idea is the entire Star Wars franchise versus one guy. 10 out of 10 JK.
It's like you just see Harry Potter and just like standing on Hogwarts and he gets Krennicked. And it's just the Death Star laser.
He would just be a Horcrux or some shit.
I mean, the Death Star laser would probably still kill a Horcrux. If a snake and a sword can kill a Horcrux, then a Death Star laser.
Is it a Horcrux?
Horcrux.
It's just Horcrux.
Spell it.
Aaron, I have dyslexia, and it's a made-up word.
I thought it was HORCUX. CRUX.
It's Horcrux.
Probably.
It's a Horcrux.
Yeah, sure. Are you laughing at my disability?
I think he had dysgraphia, not dyslexia.
Whatever. They're pretty much the same thing. It is dysgraphia.
I have AIDS. No, wait, I meant a cold sore.
Anyway, why are you bringing up Harry Potter?
There was a leak. A game leak.
Oh, sweet.
A Harry Potter game leak.
All the Harry Potter juice came out of that leak.
Is this from the actual Harry Potter game or that dog shit mobile game?
No, this is an actual Harry Potter game. Supposedly, it takes place in like the 1890s. So this is before Dumbledore and Voldemort ever end up at, or maybe it's around when Dumbledore probably would have been at Hogwarts.
Isn't Harry Potter like 10 in the 90s?
Yes.
Harry Potter's not
the
in
1990. Oh,
This is 1890. It takes place.
So Harry Potter's not in this game.
His grandfather might be, or his great grandfather.
Maybe. I think you play just as a witch or wizard who
Harry
goes.
Potter
From what I've read, it's basically like it's like Hogwarts the game where you go to Hogwarts and you get to pick which
You
house
make a
you're
character
in.
and you get put into a
house.
A house.
Yeah, and not a lot of the information has been leaked.
you get to fuck bitches.
And I don't know if any of it's accurate.
Probably
it might
not.
changed. But there's some of this. It looks interesting. It's like in a Harry Potter
Who's making it?
RPG.
Nobody really knows,
CD.
although the rumor is Avalanche is. Not Avalanche that made Mad Max and Just Cause. Avalanche that made Disney Infinity.
There's two different Avalanche
There
studios?
are, yes. I think it's just Avalanche, not Avalanche Studios.
Well, that's not confusing at all.
So Avalanche are making Rage. They're
No, that's the other Avalanche.
There's multiple Avalanche.
You've already done it.
I just said. So
I
Avalanche that's making Rage and Just Cause and...
Oh, okay. I think you said Doom or something in there.
No, that's not them.
Okay.
So
There's multiple
Avalanche that made Disney Infinity.
So it's the Avalanche that made Dinosaur Land or whatever that game was that we played. Remember the Dinosaur Planet? What was that game called? The Hunter Primal or something?
Primal, yeah. It was
Wait,
a fun
did
game.
Avalanche make that?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ!
Are there 3 Avalanche Studios
I
now?
guess so. Who knows? There's multiple and they're making games. Well, that's interesting then. I thought, I heard Rocksteady being thrown around.
Yeah, Rocksteady's another
Bop?
rumor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another rumor. Nobody really knows who it is, but... I mean, graphics-wise, it looks interesting. Concept-wise, it seems interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we never... all the Harry Potter games that we've gotten so far have either been based on, like, Harry Potter the movie, the game, or, like, a mobile thing that's been... And, mobile games are shit, for the most part.
It's free-to-play trash.
But so the Harry Potter universe is rife for potential for a really good role-playing story.
But see, they can't call this Harry Potter, because Harry Potter's not going to be in it.
Well, it's like the world of Harry Potter, I suppose.
Yeah, but Fantastic Beasts isn't called
I'm not
Harry
getting
Potter.
into this argument again. We got into it last week.
We have to get into this
That's
every
what I'm
time
saying.
until they change it.
That's almost like we predicted it. We got to call it Naganath, the Harry Potter Chronicles or something.
Is that what I called it?
Yeah.
So look for
It'll
Naganath coming out of Rocksteady and Avalanche.
It'll probably just be called Hogwarts.
Maybe. That's
I
not
mean, Hogwarts is pretty synonymous with Harry Potter.
That was also a suggestion we came up with, so you're welcome, everybody on the internet, for that idea we came up with. And not J.K. Rowling. We came up with the name Hogwarts first.
Well, it looks like that's not last.
Rory, the front of your car is...
It started like that.
You got some working pieces on it.
Continue. Sure, continue.
Looks neat. Hey, remember how Telltale went under?
Yeah, I remember that. And they treated a lot of their employees like shit.
So right now, Telltale is looking to contract out their old employees. They're looking for somebody to finish off the last Walking Dead season.
CD.
The last CD.
All
of
right,
The
we're gonna
Walking
fit
Dead.
this on using the power of a CD-ROM. We'll finish this
Do I
game.
press start?
I mean, you don't want to do another Wales event.
Okay, what do I do? Add an event?
Save championship. Save over his championship.
Go back. Now go to the first one and delete that.
It's like me playing
Oh,
Tekken,
okay.
except not nearly as loud.
Can you click X on it and say it says
Remove.
Save.
remove event?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't care if he saves. Now add an event and I don't know, go to somewhere else that's not
Go to
Wales.
Michigan. Oh.
Sorry, this isn't Michigan.
But
add
Michigan
stage.
is the best place.
Add a stage. That's a cool picture of him that nobody can see. And you can just generate your own random stages. That doesn't matter.
All right.
Yeah, so did you read into this at all, Andrew?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
So they're looking to find
Well,
somebody.
I posted it, but...
Yeah, they're looking to get somebody to contract out
Sorry.
a Telltale skeleton crew to finish off The Walking Dead, the final season.
Yeah. Because supposedly there were a number of reports today that the last people there got fired.
Oh.
And there was a group of people that did, well, not fired, but laid
Let
off
go.
or whatever,
Yeah,
let go.
Let
Which is true. There was a group of people that got let go, but it was not the last group of people. There's still a couple of other small teams on there, supposedly, that are, like you were saying, looking to be contracted out to whoever wants to take them to finalize the last 2 episodes. I guess it's only 4 episodes?
Well, so season 2 came out like a day after the news broke that Telltale was going under.
Episode 2?
Episode 2, yeah. Episode 3 is more or less finished, from what I've read.
Yeah, they were saying that they're
just waiting to get it approved by ESRB or whatever, I guess. And then it's just a 4 episode season, so episode 4 would have to be made, basically.
Yeah, and what I was reading that their original timeline, if the shit hadn't hit the fan, it would have been out by the end of September.
Right.
So I guess a lot of the assets are there and ready to go, and all the final voice acting was finished. So I think there was just some programming, I guess, to get everything in order. Yeah. So I guess they would just need to find some group to essentially just make 1 episode of the game. I
hope it happens, but I don't have much faith in it all.
Robert Kirkman said he has no plans of continuing or finishing Clementine's story in the comics. He's fairly confident he can get a studio to make the last episode.
Does he have any say in these games?
I don't know. I mean, I guess he holds the rights to the narrative.
Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah, you just killed a guy.
That's probably not the way to go. Or there's a bunch of markers saying "turn left" and red tape pointing to the left.
I can barely see that!
You could see the light flash before his eyes.
That man killed Rory's father in World War II or something. He finally got revenge. He's like,
hey! I'm going to work my way through the rally circuit.
I should have learned that time we tried to play old Battlefront that all white maps don't really work very well with me.
Oh yeah, you're colorblind.
Rory doesn't like white people.
He is Asian.
They blend in with the sand or whatever, the winter sand. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess he owns some intellectual rights over the IP.
Yeah, I just don't know how much of a say he gets in the actual running.
Well, I guess he has a close connection with Telltale in terms of like their release schedule and the story and everything. So I guess he knows enough to be confident that somebody can make it.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody made it. I wouldn't be surprised if Don't Nod were like, hey, you can use our shit for a few months.
Or Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ubisoft seems like the kind of company that would jump on this and be like, hey, now you can pay more money. Episode 4 is its own season.
Look at how generous we are.
Episode 4, Tales of Ezio.
Yeah.
So that said, I guess it's Square Enix raping you over the coals with Life is Strange, but episode 2 is $60.
What?
Yeah. Not episode 2. Season 2. Season 2.
Okay.
Season 2 is $60.
That's a bit better, I guess.
The game's not out yet. That's the thing.
Episode 1 is out.
Like a $30 season is an easier swallow when the game's not actually finished yet than $60.
I don't know. I like Don't Nod and I like Life is Strange, but I don't know if I can spend $60 on what's probably going to be like a 10-hour episodic, game. So I don't know. I'll pick it up on sale. But again, that's going to be like Don't Nod laying off everybody because nobody wants to spend $60 on a narrative game. There you go. I'll kill people again.
I saw some of the dialogue in the game. It seems like
just
as bad.
If I was at these rallies, I would be standing far back from
you have to bear in mind, I'm not usually driving at these rallies.
No, but still, like, they crash off enough where I wouldn't be standing right next to the track. I'd be back in the woods a bit behind a tree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You play as a Mexican guy.
I was either Latino or Hispanic.
Yeah, and there's lots of, there's an old man you meet in the woods, and he's like, you're the reason we need to build that wall, goddamn. So it's very shitty,
That's rocks, alright.
In a way that only an out of touch French man can write.
For what?
Life is Strange 2.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's still good, but I don't know.
Yeah,
you want Chloe?
I really liked.
Fuck Ashley Birch.
Yeah, I really liked season 1, and Before the Storm was good too.
Yeah, Before the Storm is equally good, even though I have massive problems with it for Ashley Birch not being in it.
Yeah.
Fucking infuriating. But anyway.
She did come back for the bonus episode.
Yeah. It's almost like, let's say there was some sort of game like called Destiny 2, and there was a character in that hypothetical game called Cade 6, played by hypothetically Nathan Fillion.
There was a
and
writer's
in the
strike.
latest expansion, when
voice actor strike.
That wasn't the reason.
But the reason Ashley Birch wasn't in Before the Storm was because of the voice actor strike.
And the reason that Nathan Fillion was we had a scheduling conflict. Like, you couldn't find another time to get this guy in the studio.
Oh yeah, that seems less. That seems more dumb.
We have
man, I'm filming this Uncharted short. Can't wait 3 weeks to do voice acting.
Ironically enough, to get Nolan North to voice him.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's because Nolan's fucking never doing anything. He's like, oh yeah, voicing this game, I'll do it. I'll do all the voices.
Yeah. I'll be the car if you want in dirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
who's your favorite superhero?
Blue Beetle.
Yeah. I like Blue Beetle. Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man a lot. Superman. I like a lot of superheroes.
Keep going.
Really. Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I also like Miss Marvel. I like
Marvel.
Captain
Are you
America.
saying women can't be captains?
No, there's a character called Miss Marvel.
Not
who's
until
separate
they
from
become
Carol Danvers.
captains.
Well, we're working a segue, so like the answer we were hoping for was gunship. Gunship was supposed to be your favorite superhero.
No, we're not there yet.
Jon Favreau's gunship.
No, keep going down through the list. Who's your favorite superhero?
Deadpool.
No, keep going.
Oh, wait.
Wolverine.
Who's a cool Marvel character that doesn't actually do anything?
Wait,
Professor
no,
X.
Stan Lee.
No,
What, do you never see his
this
spaceship
guy
before?
does a lot.
Daredevil.
No, he doesn't.
Hey, there you
There
go.
you go.
Okay.
You-
He's
Daredevil.
not my favorite at all. I don't really
Well,
like
that's
Daredevil.
a coincidence because season 3.
I don't even
has
think
a
Adam watches
spoiler.
the show.
I don't know.
There's a
Because
season.
he doesn't do anything.
The first three the superheroes I picked were even Marvel. I don't think you could have helped me narrow.
No, they were not.
Blue Beetle.
Uh,
What about Red Beetle?
Separate character.
there's Daredevil season 3
I don't care
trailer.
about that.
Looks good.
Yeah, he's in his old costume now, I believe, or at least in parts of
For
the trailer.
parts of it, yeah, because there's a Devil.
Really?
Yeah.
They call him Devil.
It's
Dare
like
or
John
something
Cena
like
or something. I don't know who it
It
is.
looks like Ben Affleck.
I'm the Daredevil. Fuck you, Charlie, whatever your name is. Quit ruining my career. You're Batman now, though.
Can I please be in Marvel? I quit DC. I need to be in Marvel.
So
Do you
Wilson,
think his agent's like, I got you? So you know how Marvel's doing really popular? Yeah. He's like, well, I got you into a movie. Yeah. It's a superhero movie. Yeah. You're playing Batman. Fuck. It's like,
Sure, he was very upset to play Batman.
I wanted to be Devil. Or whatever they end up calling him.
Devil.
It's
I kinda
not
like
Double Devil.
It is, though. He gets, like, beat up and his suit stolen, and Wilson Fisk breaks out of prison and tells everyone that some guy that's definitely not Daredevil is Daredevil.
Yeah.
So then,
Is
Season 1 Daredevil fights against Season 2 Daredevil.
Is Wilson Fisk also voiced by Travis Willingham, as he is in the
No,
Spider-Man
but
game?
that'd be amazing.
No, it's Vincent D'Onofrio.
He's awesome.
He is awesome.
He was in. He was the guy who
Full Metal
shot
Jacket.
himself in Full Metal Jacket. He
Yep.
was, this is my rifle. This is my gun. And then he shot Gunny.
Also,
Yeah.
hopefully, Foggy Nelson's only action in the entire season is the scene in the trailer where it shows his face going like, and then it just cuts to a phone and he's like looking on Facebook or something. Like, hopefully that's it. And
He
he's
might
not in the
die
rest
in
of it.
this season.
That's great.
You won't believe who's in Daredevil season 3.
Me? Oh my god! I got a whole episode.
Not Foggy.
Oh man, he's a terrible character.
Hey, Venom is out.
Well, you're stuck with him now. He's in all the damn shows.
Is he?
Well, like he appears in Jessica Jones. He appears in the
Jesus.
Defenders.
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
a-
like
he's a
essential,
lawyer.
but he's
He's not essential in Daredevil either. He doesn't do anything.
yeah, but he's
other
an
than-
essential character.
He's like,
You may say like he's
Oh, that's a
useless,
bunch
but
of lies, man.
recover vehicle.
How can we fill up 3 episodes? I don't know. Let's add Foggy to the show.
mean, he was a character from the original source material, though.
Yes.
Yeah, like, well,
He's an important character.
how can we make people care about the little guy? I know, let's have Foggy Nelson babysit an Hispanic woman for half the season. And then when she dies, everyone doesn't feel bad because nobody gives a fuck about Foggy. It's so stupid.
You got me there.
Venom is out.
Apparently, it's not
Speaking
very
of dog
good.
shit characters,
Hey!
Venom is awesome. Venom is great.
I meant in the context of the movie.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's probably awful. It has a 31 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's apparently awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Even
You have a third chance of liking it.
Yeah, I mean, all
Could
those
be better.
those critics that were paid off really seem to like it.
Yeah. Venom is a good movie about, he's checking his wallet, an alien who ends up befriending a little kid, and they eat M&M's. Hang on, Reese's Pieces.
Wrong pamphlet.
Venom is a movie about our president, Abraham Lincoln. No, wait, wrong. Venom is a movie about an alien, and he takes over a guy. What the fuck? You just see him off camera. Is that what happens in the movie? Okay. And in the movie, he doesn't fight a Spider-Man, but he is a Spider-Man.
He doesn't shoot webs, apparently.
Oh, good.
He just rides motorcycles and tells people that he's Venom.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Cool, man.
There's no actual gore or anything in the movie.
You bite off a guy's head in the trailer.
Yeah, but you don't see it.
What's the rating? What's the
PG-13.
What you see is in the trailer.
What's the actual rating?
PG-13.
Is that true?
Yes.
Why isn't that graphic
good.
as fuck?
He does say the word turd.
Oh man, children,
Oh,
cover your
boy.
ears.
It's just like that Jack Black and Ben Stiller movie.
Man, that was racist, Roy.
Armless, limbless, headless thing rolling down the sidewalk.
You can't call him Jack Black. That's super racist.
I was immediately out from that movie
What
when I
color is
heard like a
Jack Black?
turd in the breeze. Also, I'm not 100% sure that you can have a
Dangerous
Venom
question.
movie without a history of Spider-Man there.
Me neither.
Because part of the reason that Venom works as a character is that he's a foil to Spider-Man, and then when he eventually turns good, it's like, oh, we've had all this time of Venom being this asshole, antagonist to Spider-Man. Maybe he can
A
do
good
Venom as well.
You
antagonist.
could
because
have
he
a
knows-
Venom movie in universe with the Spider-Man movie and not have Spider-Man.
You
explicitly
could,
in
but
it.
not with
But
Sony.
We don't have that.
No.
So
Is there a throwaway line that like, man, I need somebody to fight in this movie, and it's like,
can they
oh
even
well,
say Spider-Man? Like what?
Probably
Spider-Man's
They
off
can't
on
reference
Titan.
Spider-Man at all.
Spider-Man's off on Titan fighting Thanos, not telling Mr.
Here you
Stark
are.
doesn't feel very good.
Here you are at the Weekly Trumpet, Eddie Brock, the journalist, and my name is Kay Kona Kanison.
Apparently, it is an alien. It's not some lab created
Oh,
thing.
cool.
I do kind of wonder where does the
The
line on what
symbiote.
they could do? Because obviously Spider-Man comes with some
Never
Spider-Man
mentioned that
characters,
again.
but apparently it doesn't come explicitly with Venom. Like how can
Nope.
you
What?
get Sony doesn't have Spider-Man,
Yeah.
right? But the people who do have Spider-Man don't have all the Spider-Man characters,
Yep.
because they don't have Venom.
Yep.
Like how sub-packaged was all this stuff?
You've killed so many people, Rory.
Probably more people than in the Venom movie,
Yeah,
ironically.
probably.
Yeah, apparently he kills 3 people.
Oh wow.
That's it.
What is he? Some sort of lethal
Wait till the end of this
projector?
podcast.
Is that all 3 guys you see him kill in the trailer when the
Yes.
when the robbers come in? Okay, it's a cool movie then we saw. Did you guys enjoy Venom?
Yeah, apparently the last shot of the movie is in the trailer.
I will see it, but I have not seen it.
Is it him saying "We are Venom" and then it cuts to black and they're like doo doo doo?
It probably is. You know what? I bet it
Daddy,
ends.
or
I bet it ends
Puff
when
Daddy.
when that line is said. When he's holding the guy and
The limbless,
the-
turdless thing.
and like his costume comes up and his eyes are all googly.
And his eyes go into the screen. It's
Yeah.
like Venom will return in 2020, and then we never see the sequel.
Yeah.
They're really Tom Hardy. I hope Tom Hardy's a super big Venom fan, and kind of like Ryan Reynolds with Green Lantern. He just got shit on by this dude. He's like, oh man, this is what I wanted at all.
He watches it. He's like, man, that was bad.
He walks on halfway through the Hang on a minute, this
I don't
isn't
remember
Mad
this.
Max at all.
I don't remember any of this. The fuck did we film this? Did you guys drug me? Jesus.
He's slurring off his line. We have Venom.
I'll fix it in post. He's like, you see him inside the Venom thing. The face opens up, and he's like drool dripping down in front of him.
Like Peter Cushing it, and they just CGI him into the... Can you imagine being an actor sitting down to watch a movie, for the first time? It's like, and Tom Hardy playing Venom in the new Venom movie. Tom Hardy's like, hang on a minute, I'm not in that movie at all. What the fuck?
It's just spliced scenes from his other movies.
Yeah.
All archive footage.
It's just Venom's like, oh, the fire rises,
Oh man,
Batman.
it's real scummy of the studio. It's like he's like thumbing through a bunch of scenes. Like none of these scenes connect at all, man. I feel like we're telling two different stories
It's
here.
the scene from Mad Max where he says that's bait.
Yeah.
But
I
it,
mean, left
but
6.
it
I'm
shows,
so far off the road. I don't know what you're talking about.
it shows
Right one, Roy.
it shows a comet. It shows a comet coming to Earth, and it's like that's and then dub. That's Venom.
Yeah, that's Venom.
There's
This
no
is a comic
street
book.
lights.
There's some sort of they do like a Star Trek. They try to fit Nemesis into it somehow, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Picard. Was our family always great warriors? And then he's like, Picard was our Venom symbiotes, always warriors. Like a completely different book.
Adam,
They
turn
had
on your
the-
headlights. I mean, Rory,
Yeah.
turn on your
I don't
headlights.
know how.
Right bumper. Okay.
No.
They're broken.
Good. That's good.
Well, maybe they drive through the woods like a madman.
It's hard.
Yeah, they shoot.
Are people shooting at you?
Not
Yeah, I think so.
Just camera flashes.
The audience is so repulsed by what they're seeing
Are
that
you
they've
on
actually
the-
started
are you on the
fires
road
and
to
weapons.
Eve track
Shit's on
here?
fire.
Like,
Like, oh shit!
Shit, someone's already been here. You guys are fucked.
You gotta watch those sand
No,
people.
the city is this way.
I love the idea of Thomas not being able to see what we're talking about. The Sony secretly shoots 2 movies in one, but has all the scenes combined so that later on they can make a sequel without having to pay Tom Hardy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is like, okay, Tom, in this scene in the movie, the character you're playing, the guy with brain cancer, is he? Yeah, the guy with brain cancer. He's driving away from the evil corporation on a motorcycle. Why? Isn't this the scene right after the mother's funeral? Oh, yeah, it is. But like, you're running away from. Anyway, we need you to say, "We are Venom." Why? Just do it!
You'll see it when the sequel comes out. The what? Don't worry about it. 2020.
Also, like the idea they're trying to fool Tom Hardy into saying is like, so, like, what's the opposite of them? We? Yeah. And what comes before S?
This big microphone.
R. And what comes out of a snake's fangs? Venom? We got it! Money shot. That's why you're the best, Tom.
It was uber composited when you heard it. We are Venom? Oh, man. Anyway, don't go see it.
Well, are we gonna go see it?
Probably.
If you guys go see it, I'll see it. Otherwise, no.
Yeah,
We're shitting on it. It might actually be good.
I have a strong
It's probably not gonna be
suspicion
good.
that it's not. When has Sony released a good Spider-Man related video?
When has Sony released a good movie?
Their fair point.
It was probably pretty recently. They released a lot of movies.
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, but I bet they
But
weren't
they've
no
released a
planets,
lot
though.
of garbage as well.
Before the
Like,
Spider-Verse movie
predominantly
comes
garbage.
out. Before the Spider-Verse movie comes out, which actually looks pretty decent.
Well, hey, we're not at that.
We're not at that yet.
Yeah, is that on here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, besides that movie, all the other like 18 Spider-Man movies they released have been awful.
I like the Sam Raimi movies. The first two, anyway.
No, they're not good.
Oh.
I also like the same.
I also
Raimi
don't
movies.
I don't like the fact that a web came out of them. That's kind of gross.
Well, they changed that a little bit.
It's gross though.
They did Resident Evil.
No.
Yeah, those are
Apart
great.
from Mila Jojovich's side boob, there wasn't any redeeming qualities in that movie. Other than Michelle Rodriguez before she became modern Michelle Rodriguez and was fucking in everything. Became a soccer
And
player.
then in nothing ever.
Yeah.
They did Arthur Christmas,
Who?
which is a good
Wow.
Christmas. No, Arthur Christmas is a good movie.
Is that the Aardvark one or something else?
No,
Oh,
no, that's a
okay,
different
that's
Arthur.
Anyway,
Hey, Adam.
Yeah,
What's your favorite superhero?
Daredevil,
besides
Venom.
Devil,
Huh?
Venom,
No.
Blue Beetle,
No.
Miss Marvel,
No.
Captain Marvel,
who's the opposite
Captain
of Venom?
Marvel from DC, who's
No.
now known as Shazam,
No.
Captain Marvel,
Who's the opposite of Venom? And not in Venom.
Anti-Venom.
Carnage.
No.
Is there an anti-venom?
There is an anti-Venom.
Yeah,
Also
of course
Eddie
there
Brock.
is.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Of course there is.
I don't know, who is it?
Spider-Man?
Oh, Spider-Man.
Hey,
feel like Spider-Man.
did you? That's a
You've-
coincidence because there's a new Spider-Man movie coming out.
Oh, sweet.
I thought you were going to ask Adam about
I've
the
actually
game.
seen the trailer for this. This is Into the Spider-Verse, which is the Miles Morales animated film, which looks really,
Well,
really
it's not
good.
just Miles Morales.
Well, I'm getting into
I think
that.
you're
Shut
being
your fucking
I think you're
goddamn
being
mouth!
disingenuous by calling it a Miles Morales Spider-Man.
It's actually a
Mild
multiple.
Morales?
So it's
Miles
based off
Morales.
a. It's based.
There's a mild bit of Morales in this.
It's based off a 2015 comic book crossover miniseries called Into the Spider-Verse, where a bunch of different Spider-Man
creative.
from different universes cross over to each other because of contrived comic book reasons. I'm not even kidding. So you get like
There's a reactor or something, though.
That's where Spider-Gwen comes from. That's
Gotta
where
shoot the
Spider-Man
reactor.
Noir is there. There's Spider-Pig or Spider-Ham, I think is how it is what he's called.
Yeah, Spider-Ham and Spider-Man, Spider-Pig, and Simpsons.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks really good. It looks really fun. The animation is excellent. I absolutely love the animation style. It's nice and fluid. I like the design of most of the characters. They do a really good job. I like the idea of Peter being this old grizzled Spider-Man who is like fed up and he's trying to kind of like in the process of teaching Miles Morales how to be Spider-Man. He kind of gets his magic back. Everyone looks
Magic. Chop dog.
I like. I don't know. This just looks like a really fun, good movie. And the fact that it's Miles Morales is excellent because he's an excellent character. I really like Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
You've been playing the game too, also?
I have, yeah.
Do you like the game?
I do have some problems with it though.
Where are you at in the game? I guess avoid spoilers. Never mind.
Well, it's not on the list, so unfortunately we can't talk about it.
So the problem I had, the part I'm at in the game is there's been a terrorist attack on Norman Osborn's campaign rally, and
Oh my God.
that
Spoilers.
character's father has died.
Spoilers?
And
Take that, unknown character.
and a few other things have happened. That's kind of around where I'm at in the game. I've just encountered Taskmaster
Yeah.
and his challenges.
Fuck those challenges. Thank you, please.
So the main issue, the game is really fun when it comes to web slinging and when it comes to fighting. In fact, getting around New York City is the best part about this game, to the point where they're like, did you know that you can fast travel in this game? It's like, fast travel? The fuck would I want to fast travel for? This is the best
really.
part of the game.
I think I used it once.
Yeah.
There's a trophy for it.
Yeah.
And then, so that's all
Are there
really
parts
good.
of the game that aren't combat or exploration?
Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking stupid side missions and
Oh, do
they
you
feel
mean
really
the stealth
gamey.
missions?
There's stealth missions, there's base missions, there's like a bunch of dumb collectible missions, and it's just like
Watch out,
I
Rory.
don't what?
I'm just telling Roy to watch out. There's a broken down car up here.
I just don't need any of that. I like what they should have done is
You gotta do
less busy work, and it's you know how like Black Cat's in the game.
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Well, hang on. So Black Cat's in the game. How cool! Instead of what we got, which is where you do
She's
a bunch
DLC.
you do a bunch of stupid things. You know, you find Black Cat's little cat scattered around the map, and then you get a new costume. How cool would it be? Is if for instead of that, you got these cool missions where you had to investigate a crime scene where she broke into an apartment, find the clues, and use those to track down what her next target's going to be, and then take like. After like doing 3 or 4 of these kind of investigative quests, you find out what her next target's going to be, and you stop her in the middle of her heist, and you have a cool boss fight with her. That'd be really awesome.
Yeah, but those missions were setting up the DLC.
Yeah, but I'm saying they could do that with other characters too, like the Taskmaster stuff. I'm assuming, you go around, you stop bombs from exploding, and you do these stealth missions, and then I'm assuming you get upgrade points, and that's it. How cool would it be at the end of that, Taskmaster comes and fights you? I don't know if he does now, I'm assuming he doesn't.
Well, maybe you should keep playing.
Who knows?
Does he come and fight you?
Well, maybe you should just keep playing.
Who knows, Adam?
But you know what I mean? Instead of going around taking pictures of random monuments around New York City, how cool would it be if you had to stop Mysterio from, I don't know, stealing the diamonds or whatever? Call the Marines!
Because there's already enough story missions and investigative stuff in the game, I think.
Yeah, but like,
I do agree with Adam. I think
I
the
agree
whole
as well, but I
science
feel like-
stuff should be a lot more substantial.
I agree as well, but I think like if you're looking at it in terms of a development cycle, you're now taking away from all the other content that's in the game.
I suppose, but
I'm sure they got to the point like, okay, we got the main story, we got some side missions, let's toss in some collectibles.
I don't
That's
like
what this
doing
is.
collectibles.
Then
Collectibles
don't
is
do
just
'em.
fucking busy work, but
Then
you
don't
need
do
them to
'em.
get the upgrade points.
Not really.
Yeah.
You don't need all the upgrades though, because like the way it's structured, if you haven't played the game, it's like there's a number of different there's a number of different abilities, I guess, in the game, which all kind of play into different styles of play. Like if you're a stealthy character, then you can get these particular abilities, and that'll allow you to play in that way. Getting all of them doesn't make you super powerful. It just allows you to try every play style.
Yeah.
And even then, you can't get all of the abilities unless you 100% all of Taskmaster's challenges.
Yeah, and
which, fuck my anus, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and
I did it.
No, I'm not
did
doing
you?
that.
I didn't 100% them though. I did do them though.
I did all of them as well, but I'm not fucking doing those drone challenges at the 3 stars.
Yeah, the drone missions are shit.
Fuck that shit.
So, get rid of all that useless chaff and put in better, more boss fights, kind of more quests as opposed to just busy work, and then you got yourself a really good game. This is a game that deserves a sequel because they need to fix some of the problems with this game, but ultimately there's a really strong core here that they need to capitalize on.
I hope they take out a lot of the trappings of the open world.
Yeah.
Modern game where it's just, hey, here's a billion things you got to go around and do busy work.
I like the idea of an open city with lots of crimes that you can stop and make the crimes way more varied. So far, the only crimes are stop a car, stop a mugging, stop an armored car heist.
It's more or less that. It's just different variants of that as you.
Yeah, but how cool would it be if there was 30 different crimes and each of them were really different? Like maybe at one point you're swinging and you have to catch a guy who's falling out of a building because construction guy falling off a job site.
That would be cool, but I mean, again, you're looking into development times of resources and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now that they've had a core game built, they can expand upon this in the future.
Yeah, it would be cool,
next game.
They could have spent less time making the bullshit stuff though and made better stuff.
And for
I just think it would have been less stuff.
Sakes, get rid of the goddamn forced non-Spider-Man stealth missions. I don't want to play as Mary Jane walking around.
That's pretty sexist.
I thought it was cool.
I don't care. When Mary Jane gets her powers, but she does in certain continuities, then I want to play her. I'm playing a Spider-Man game to web around the city and beat up bad guys. At no point do I want to play a non-super... It wouldn't matter if it was,
Also, I thought you said forest when you said it. I was like, what?
At one point, you play as a male character doing the same thing, and it's just as boring and tedious then.
I enjoyed those sections.
Also, there's a few minor plot
Adam's
holes
making
in the
fun
game.
of minorities and women right now.
Yeah.
Just
take on Kotaku, write all kinds of articles.
But at the same time, the game does a lot of really interesting stuff with the plot. In the beginning, it's not a major spoiler. In the beginning of the game, Peter's working for Otto Octavius as a lab assistant. And it comes to the point, it's like, oh shit, he's not Dr. Octopus yet. How does this come about? Is this something that, Spider-Man causes?
I don't want to spoil anything for you, but...
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
He becomes Dr. Oh, yeah, you killed a bunch of people there.
What can you do?
And I'm assuming at some point he does become Dr. Octopus either in this game or the next game.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's a big setup, and, I'm not going to say what happens, but there is a real good payoff, and this is probably the best Spider-Man story overall. Ignoring all the side stuff that's kind of boring and useless. The actual story of this is the best Spider-Man thing I've ever witnessed outside of the comic books.
The games are really good, don't get me wrong. Or the stories, rather, in the game, the main story. And even some of the side quests are interesting.
Yeah, and I enjoyed because you were talking about you didn't like the Fort stuff. I think...
And some of the Fort stuff is fun, but there's
if there were
much of it.
3 of those in the game, that would be great.
There aren't much more than 3.
No, there's
there's only 4 dozen.
There's 8
really
Wilson
not.
Fisk one, and then there's 9 of the.
What are you talking about? 8 Wilson Fisk ones? What are you talking about?
When you go to the construction sites, there's 8 of those, and then there's 8 of the devils.
Yeah.
Forts.
No, not forts. Forced. You said forced stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
talking
forts,
about
base stuff.
So I misheard 2 different words there.
Oh my god, that never fucking happens on this fucking podcast.
He's talking about the bases.
I think you said the forced sections where you have to play as Mary Jane. That's what I heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's talking about
no,
something else.
I don't like those either.
Oh, I think those are cool.
I didn't like them either.
I like...
They help ground the story on a human level.
Yeah, but they could have been cutscenes.
But I don't know. I think it was good that you get to play as a fucking Laura Bailey character in this Spider-Man game.
Is she voiced by Laura Bailey?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And then you get to explore around and figure out some details, as an investigator.
Yeah, but the actual stealth is broken.
Yeah, it would. I would have been. It's not the fact that I'm playing.
No Metal Gear.
It's not the fact that I'm playing Mary Jane that's the problem. It's the fact that the gameplay is not very exciting. It would have been. I was actually enjoying myself. So in the first,
but that's what I like about it.
In the first Mary Jane mission, you're wandering around this exhibit kind of examining different art pieces and stuff, and that was fine, but when it gets to the stealth portion, it's just, go to this crate, go to this crate, go to this crate,
yeah,
go
it's
to this crate.
It's a little tedious and it's kind of boring. I don't disagree, but I like the idea that these characters who don't have superpowers are still able to contribute and actually, like, they have a big impact on something that Spider-Man can do, and then also at the same time make you appreciate Spider-Man's abilities even more when you get to play as him again.
I suppose, but at the same time, that doesn't detract from the fact that these are rock stupid and boring. They could have made those gameplay sections more interesting and less tedious and still achieve those goals. I agree with you. Those are really good things. I don't
think they were long enough to become
I don't think showcasing how awesome being Spider-Man is by making the sections of the game significantly less fun.
No, but it was to contribute to the narrative. I mean, each time you play as them, there's a narrative reason why, and then you get to, like, slow down and take in this exposition without it being like a radio over Spider-Man's ear as you're swinging around the city. Because there's a lot of that too.
I did like one section where you play as Miles. I did like I'm not gonna say anything like to specify it because it's past where Adam is right now. But there was one section where it's not that type of thing. Not really.
Okay.
That part was really good.
Yeah. And to be fair, like, most of this game is good. Like, they nail most of the characters. J. Jonah Jameson is awesome as just, like, Alex.
Making him retired and have his own podcast like Alex Jones.
And that's such an interesting way of having him in the game, because Peter's not this takes place 8 years after after Spider-Man first came on the scene. So he's quit his job at the Daily Bugle and he's working for Otto Octavius. But he still has all those photography skills. So he still has that, like, kind of investigative journalism vibe, but he's more of the scientist kind of advent of Peter Parker, which is where he went eventually as a character anyway. So you can't really have J. Jonah Jameson in the game because Peter's not working for the Daily Bugle, unless you somehow took J. Jonah Jameson out of the Bugle. Oh wait, let's give him a podcast that Spider-Man listens to where he does nothing but bash Spider-Man. I will actively stop doing if I'm coming up on a mission and J. Jonah Jameson pops up, I will stop what I'm doing.
It's like
listen to the podcast.
Mimir's stories in God of War.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. They're like some of the best parts of the game.
And I will say, even his character grows a bit throughout this game. You haven't seen it yet, but there is growth in the character, and it makes perfect sense. When I first started playing the game, I was like, hey, this is pretty good. It's, it's well written. But by the end of the game, I was like, this is genuinely one of the best written, like, overall experiences of any superhero thing.
They nailed Peter Parker in the game, and one of my favorite parts was getting all the book bags. As much as I say I hate busy work, I like getting the book bags because you get little items out of them that you can examine. And it's just little stuff like, oh man, my first ever web shooter. Man, I really changed the design around. Like, that did a lot to, like, cement the world. Again, it would have been cooler if it wasn't so much busy work, but it wasn't too bad, but whatever. One thing I do like that this game does better than Ubisoft is it doesn't fucking front load you with all the collectible shit right away. It gradually introduces you. So.
Yeah, I agree and I disagree.
I don't want it as, like, I think this is better, but at the same time, I don't want it anyway.
I don't like going through the city 7 times making loops to collect everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. When it starts to, like, here's these collectibles you can go get, and here are these collectibles. Like, oh, there are not that many collectibles in this game. And by the end of the game, it's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
After the 10th time the map pops up, it's like, hey, I should go to these 17 locations throughout the city. Yeah. The 17th time that happens throughout the story, you're like, fuck this.
The worst ones
if you don't outdo all that shit section by section of the city early on as well, it gets to a point later on in the game where you're just like, this is a fucking nightmare now to have to go back through and get all of this shit at this point.
You really have to keep on top of it. That's why I feel about like some of the Assassin's Creed games or some of the other games. You pop into the world map and there's just so much there, and I just get turned off, and I'm like, fuck, there's too much to do, and I just turn the game off and I don't want to play. So at least it eases you in, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, I got all the base missions, I got all the Osborn, like, tech labs, I got all the book bags, and I got all the black cats. I'm done. And it comes up, do all the Taskmaster missions and all the demon base missions. Fuck!
Yeah, that's not the end of it either.
No, I'm aware. Because I looked at the map and there's a bunch of, like, you have unlocked these ones, but these are still locked.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
there's also, after you finish the game, another series of collectibles that don't show up on the map.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Although there's something to be said about the Ubisoft thing too, though. The Assassin's Creed, where you can just you start off and you can just clear sections.
Yeah,
of
I do
and forget about it.
As you can look at collectibles whatever way you want, but I think I would prefer being able to do it area by area from the first minute.
Also, the worst ones by far are the fucking Harry Osborn science tech ones. I hated those. Yeah. Every single one of them was tedious. I got them out of the way first because they were bad. I liked them partially because they show that Spider-Man is a scientist and he can do other things to help the citizens of New York besides just beating up criminals. But they're so fucking tedious and they're so it feels so video gamey.
They're the Taskmaster missions before the Taskmaster.
Yeah, and it just feels so gamey and
some of them do have a little bit of narrative to it, and that I think also pays off a little bit more later on in the game. But for the most part, those tasks are kind of annoying, especially because some of them are the same. Anyway, we don't have time to talk about that. Someone talk about the next thing, please.
Oh, hey, Andrew. How's Man in the High Castle Season 3 is out now on Amazon.
Oh, man. How is Castle Man?
Good goddamn show.
Criminally underrated.
Criminally underrated.
Almost like criminal like a Nazi?
Populated by criminally underrated actors.
They're not... Well, I guess they're war criminals, but they're not criminals in the sense that...
I don't know
under the Third Reich, they weren't criminals.
Was it a World War II show?
Sort of.
No, I mean, fair enough.
I don't know.
You got me there. Do you think that was their defense? Like, well, to be fair, what we were doing, we weren't. It wasn't against the law, and they were like,
under our regime, we were
the good guys, really. And everyone in the Nuremberg trials were like, oh, Jesus Christ! I mean, we don't really have a leg to stand on here. You're free to go.
From my perspective,
all you crazy scientists, go help the American government.
From our perspective, the Jews were evil. He's like, oh, shit.
He's got a point.
He's got a point.
You can't blame the man for his own opinion.
Oh, yeah. He's entitled to his own opinion.
We live in a free world.
Yeah. Just like all the Jews are like, what the fuck is this?
They're fucking killing us. Help me.
You said the Jews caused all the world problems.
So what's their renewal?
And it's true from a certain
What's their renewal on that? Are they?
No, it's not.
Are they renewed for season 4?
I don't know.
Probably. It's Amazon. Isn't it? Isn't it Amazon?
It is Amazon. Yes.
Yeah. So yes, Rory. If they want to do a 4th one, yes.
Yeah. First 2 seasons have been great. The trailer, I watched the trailer for the 3rd season. Looked great. I'm looking forward to watching this. So, if you haven't seen it, you should absolutely check it out. Check it out.
I keep getting advertised to watch it whenever I watch a Grand Tour.
Yeah. Yeah, watch it.
Because it's one of those advertisements you should actually listen to. Cause
I usually skip it.
It's good.
It's my nature now to skip ads. It could be something like I'll skip an ad, and as I'm skipping, I'm like, oh no, wait, that looks interesting. I mean, it's like I'll be watching a video, and it'll be like a trailer for like a new Spider-Man, like it'll be like trailer for the Spider-Verse, and I'll be like, skip. Oh no, wait, shit, I want to watch.
Official confirmation: Amazon has renewed it for season 4.
Oh, okay, yay! It'll only take like 3 more years to see it.
That was in July, so.
Yeah. Let me guess. The Nazis are gonna win World War III. How original.
Oh man, the Nazis coming back?
Yeah.
They're gonna reboot the Nazis.
I don't want to spoil anything for the
Nazis
show because
Reloaded.
you should really watch it if you haven't seen it. Gunship's new album.
I read the book by Philip K.
I bet the Nazis
Have
lose.
you read it?
No, I haven't. I want to though. It's on the list.
Do the Nazis lose? Wait, don't tell me.
New Gunship album. It's great.
Oh Jesus Christ, Rory!
It's fine. Can't make an omelet.
I haven't listened to all of it yet. I listened
Really?
to half. Yeah, I was.
So you
didn't
can't drive
sit down
and
and
you
just
can't
listen
make
to
an omelet.
I did.
Omelets are easy, Rory.
But you didn't listen to it all.
No, I didn't listen to it all because I was listening.
You didn't catch that.
What?
Rory was like, "It's fine, can't make an omelet," and he just drove out without finishing the sentence.
Oh, I heard part of that, but I was assuming he was doing the Ultron quote or whatever.
That's where the quote originated.
There's also, I think, a joke I was referring to from our previous videos where I did a southern accent for Ultron for some stupid reason, and there's no context in this conversation whatsoever.
You can't. Can't even do a southern accent.
Well, clearly you've never made an omelet.
Gunship.
Yeah, so I listened to like half of it because I was going to bed. at like a super early time in the
Oh,
morning.
great.
I saw it anyway. Yeah, I listened to half of it and I
you
fell asleep
Fell asleep. How could you fall asleep during
because I was
great
getting
album
tired.
like that?
I turned it off. I wasn't like falling asleep to the music. I was like, I need to go to sleep. I'll listen to the rest in the morning.
Aaron's falling asleep to the sound of gunship, and he's actually entering into the Matrix or whatever, or like what are they called, the Oasis?
Yeah, you can put the vibe on. Jesus Christ! I'm in floating in space.
160 beats a minute. That's the prime human sleep frequency. Whatever. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's really good. What I've listened to thus far, yeah. I mean, I've heard the album Mega Mix trailer or whatever they released. A lot of the songs sound really good. I think they all sound really good. It's a good album. And I think at this point they're like, there's a lot of bands that have reached like quintessential synthwave stuff. I think Gunship is now that.
Yeah,
I think they're the go-to if you're interested in the music genre at all. That's what you gotta listen to.
Yeah, it's a good way to introduce people to that genre.
Yeah.
There's also
it's
not
like how
much.
you can't really listen to thrash metal without Metallica, or garbage without Future.
Yeah.
But there's really nowhere to go up from there. You're kind of starting at the top.
What, for Metallica?
Well, no, I mean...
He means for Gunship.
For Gunship.
Yeah.
There's like the Midnight and Gunship.
Are you a Gunship fan, Rory?
A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Time to time.
They're more
time
they're more
after
getting
time?
into metal as well. They're more on the metal side.
I mean, that's probably why I like them.
I am looking forward to the new album, though.
Yeah, it's good.
I know it's out, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah.
90% of of synth and like new retro wave and stuff, I just put on in the background. I don't even care. It's just like I put on a playlist and
I don't care about this shit music.
Well, no, it's just like I don't like. It's not distinct. Most of the songs are not distinct enough for me to actually pay attention.
That's
to.
my major problem with the genre is that
it sounds the same.
A lot of it is samey. Which is unfortunate, but I think it just comes with the genre.
It's
I think that's true for any genre.
I feel like part of that is the entry barrier.
Yeah.
For the skill barrier to start making synthwave music is low.
It is, yeah.
Right? Like it's really easy to make bad synthwave music.
Nobody's ever done a 360 before.
And squat a bunch of children who are hiding out under the bank.
And to be synthwave, you need to hit certain sounds. Anyway, right?
Yeah.
With metal, you can get a little more creative than you can with other things.
I mean, you take a song like "Spit Out the Bone" by Metallica and a song like "Fade to Black" by Metallica. They're both technically thrash, very different sounding songs. I've been on a Spit Out the Bone kick lately. I listened to that song 4 times.
I think that's the case anyway. I mean, like rock and roll and alternative, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of dog shit in every genre, but there's always like the best bits at the top.
Well, I mean, like when I was doing research or doing my radio show, and I had to listen, I had to go through lots and lots of songs to find what was new, so I could talk about it on the show. 90% of folk or indie music is just it's
like Jordan
garbage. It's of Monsters and Men. You know that band? They're really good. They're good. I like Of Monsters and Men.
Not a huge fan.
It's like that sound, but just derivative.
Yeah.
Not even original. It's just derivative of their sound.
But the thing is, if you were gonna pick up a saxophone, does anyone here play the saxophone?
I played it.
Does anyone here play a reed instrument?
I've played reed instruments.
Okay,
before.
so Adam wouldn't be applicable in this case.
Reed, no.
But Andrew, if you tried to play a saxophone, you wouldn't be able to make anything that sounded like a good saxophone noise.
No.
There's a very high entry barrier for just making a noise. But hitting a key on a keyboard, a key that you hit on a keyboard sounds fundamentally probably the same as a key an experienced person would hit on the keyboard.
Yeah, you just have to manipulate that sound.
So there's a very low entry barrier.
What you're saying, Rory, is you got to get a saxophone synth for your piano.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why there's probably a lot more low skill electronic music than there is low skill progressive jazz.
Yeah.
Some of the best use of a saxophone on this album.
Pretty good.
I've heard in a while.
The Midnight are good with sax as well.
Yeah. Vampires is my favorite song by them.
Yeah, it is pretty solid. It's a good album. Give it a listen if you like not shitty music.
Hey!
I would also highly recommend Spit Out the Bone by Metallica. That's not
Spit
synthwave.
from my bone.
Yep, that's definitely what I
Spit on
said.
my bone.
In fact, we're going to listen to it in the car on the way to McDonald's at
Rub
really high volume.
I rub my bone till it spits.
Prepare for that.
By, what's his name?
I rub my bone till it spits. But Lars is like...
Lars von Trier. And that's the film guy, isn't it?
Lars is fucking
Lars,
copyright.
Ulrich.
There you go.
Yeah. Don't steal my music. Spit on my bone.
Rub my bone till it spits. Jon Favreau is working on a new Iron Man.
Is he?
In the Star Wars universe.
Is he?
Called The Mandalorian.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Is this the first time you're hearing it?
Yeah, because I saw you got really upset in the chat, and I just muted the chat. And I didn't pay attention, so I didn't know what you were talking about.
I didn't get really upset.
So,
this was announced a while ago that Jon
making a
Favreau
joke.
was working on.
So the actual news is Jon Favreau is working on a live-action TV Star Wars series.
TV shit?
TV shit.
Yeah.
Probably turned out to be. Maybe we'll have to wait and see.
I will fucking wait for that. That's going to be better.
Called The Mandalorian.
That's probably going to be even
the
better.
title's the news, right? That was announced a while ago, right?
Yeah, and
he also released a little bit about what the story is.
That's probably going to be even better than Gallivant.
It's not about Boba Fett.
Not about Boba Fett.
Good.
Although the guy looks
I
like
agree.
Boba.
Good.
I mean, he's in the Mandalorian armor,
Yes.
obviously.
Not about Boba Fett. I wonder if having this is going to make Boba Fett less cool.
Probably not, because, I mean, Boba Fett, Boba Fett
They're in
wasn't
danger of making this character too much like Boba Fett by making him look so much like Boba Fett.
I suppose, but, I mean, Boba Fett wasn't any less cool in the Karen Travis
No,
novels.
but Boba Fett is very loved. And I feel like...
Why can't we have two loved Mandalorians?
Oh, I know. I get what you're saying. But I feel like not using Boba Fett in this series is a missed opportunity.
They could also be using Boba Fett and just lying.
They could be.
As
Although
they
I'm
did
pretty
with
sure this
the-
guy...
Oh, they're pulling like a Simon Pegg
pretty sure this
thing
guy
with
has dark
Khan?
skin.
Yeah.
It could be about Django. No, that's not.
When does it take place?
It takes place before
Takes
the New Order.
Takes place after 6, but before 7.
Well, it can't be about Django.
Yeah, no,
then.
that's I was thinking of.
This guy has dark skin as well.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, we see his fingers.
No, I mean
yeah.
Boba Fett. I mean, technically, so does. I mean, Django. Django is
a little darker.
Maori.
Yeah, Maori. And that's Karen Travis based a lot of the Mandalorian culture.
Is that
off.
an accurate term for what he is?
I'm not 100% sure. New Zealand Native American, I suppose.
What are you talking about?
Who are the Native Americans in New Zealand?
The Maori.
Maori, sorry.
Yeah, Maori.
Maori Povich.
Maori.
I guess it could be about Boba Fett then in that case, but I wouldn't hold your breath.
It's not about Boba Fett.
So is it
But
about
it could be.
Here's what it is. It's like, is the new Star Wars show going to be about Boba Fett? You just see the line from episode 2? Possibly.
It could be.
It's not.
No, it probably isn't. And I would say
wonder
like
if it's going to
99%
be
chance.
because there's a couple of cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just saying like maybe they're setting up like how Boba Fett comes back from the hole, the monster or whatever.
Sorry, I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But-
Dave Filoni is showrunner, I think.
Oh,
I believe.
cool, sweet.
So that's really good.
He was the showrunner
Hopefully-
on Rebels and Clone Wars, and they were both excellent shows.
Hopefully Kathleen is kept well back.
Oh, for God's
well
sake.
away from the...
Will there be planets though? Probably in Star Wars.
How many planets that we've never seen before that look exactly the same as planets we've
Well,
seen
we got
before?
Mandalorian or whatever.
There's a bunch of it was called Mandalore. There's a bunch of cool characters that this could
know more about
potentially
you than
be.
Star Wars,
We've
though.
already seen a couple of cool Mandalorian characters. For as much as they butchered the Karen Travis kind of lore, which I'm very disappointed by. Mm-hmm. What we got in replacement is not as good, not nearly, but it's not bad by any means. Certainly, there was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction when you first see it, because like in the Clone Wars, the Mandalorians were very, they're pacifists. But eventually, you get into the Death Watch stuff. It's like, okay, these are the Mandalorians here. I think they finally kind of caught on to this is what the Mandalorians have. That's awesome. The Mandalorians have this really big cult following in Star Wars fans, partly because of Karen Travis's excellent work on their lore. And on their culture. It's a warrior culture that's not stupid Klingons, as every warrior culture is.
Don't go shitting on Star Trek now.
I'm not. I love Klingons.
I think he's shitting on Star Trek derivatives.
Yeah, so like every other sci-fi, when they have warrior cultures, I'm like, Kapla! And like, for Kalis! Blood wine of the 7th dynasty! And stuff.
What would you call me? Man, I hope this show has a good budget, though.
Yeah, me too.
Like, you know...
I would assume it's going to be Disney streaming only.
Probably.
I'll have to buy that then.
Oh, you can torrent it.
Yeah, you
Take
don't
that.
have to.
Take
But
But
that
it's
shit.
worth knowing that if they're gonna do like Fox shows and all that, the Disney streaming service may actually have a rather compelling lineup.
If Disney puts all their stuff, like the entire Disney back catalog on this thing, it's going to be great. If they don't, it's going to be shit.
I'm hoping for Black
It's
Cauldron.
the Nintendo make or break thing, right?
I
It's
want
the-
Black Cauldron and Oliver and Company. Those are the only two I want. Black Cauldron and Oliver and Company.
If they put everything on there... Don't Fox still have distribution rights for the original trilogy, though, for like another 10 years or something? I thought. I don't know. Wait, the original trilogy might not be on there.
I mean, they're not even on the fucking. Fox doesn't even appear before the movies anymore.
No, but they still own the distribution rights.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they don't. Disney doesn't have the rights to release the.
There's actual, just like with games, like you can buy the rights to develop a game, but if you don't have the rights to publish it, oh well.
That's fart guys coming up behind them. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what the streaming service is like. I really hope they have a bunch. Like, if they at some point in the future, Disney have, like, 5 Star Wars live-action shows, then I'll probably get a subscription.
I genuinely just want them to have the Rocketeer on that, because I have never seen the Rocketeer, but I've heard amazing things
really
about
good.
it. I've never seen it. Can't find it anywhere, because it's never been
It's
fucking released.
It's basically Captain America.
Yeah, but with a jetpack.
Yeah, and it's much better than Captain
We're
America.
going to steal it like a regular human.
The movie, I mean. He's not better than Captain America,
Oh, okay.
but the movie is better than the Captain America movie.
Which Captain America movie?
You better not be talking
the
about the one from
MCU
the
one.
70s.
Just the first one?
No, that was the best.
Man, Natalie Dormer's in that one, though.
In
Not
the
se-
70s?
No, not the 70s. The first one.
Was she? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
I
in
forgot about that.
the first Avenger.
Yeah, but there's a jetpack in the Rocketeer.
Yeah, but there's also Nazis in the...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's Nazis in the Rocketeer.
Oh.
And there's jetpack.
Yeah. It's not even like fake Nazis like
Alright.
the Hydras. It's actual Nazis.
Yeah, and the Rocketeer is an earlier movie than Captain America, so it's more close to
And
the
it's
Nazis.
Art Deco.
It's more accurate Nazis,
And
Yeah, well, I
just-
care about that.
just by time relevance, really.
yeah. I really liked.
But the Nazis don't come back like 7 years later and take over the whole...
Also,
shield
The
or whatever.
Rescuers 2 Down Under, because that's a good movie.
Nobody likes the Rescuers.
The Rescuers 2 Down Under is awesome. It's the best one. The first Rescuers is awful. I'll give you that, because it was after Walt Disney died and everyone at that company shit themselves and didn't know what to do anymore.
Well, you guys noticed they just took Buffy off of Netflix, right?
Oh, really?
They,
I was watching that.
I mean, it's
Fucking-
a good thing you don't own the fucking
I'm
seasons.
not watching it on DVD. The
that's
DVD
like-
quality is dog
that's
shit.
like, so I don't know. Disney might own that now,
Fuck off.
so they might toss that on.
Maybe
their
Josh
service.
took it down because he doesn't like the representation of it.
He in a rare flip, he gets to take his show off
Why?
something for once.
Yeah.
They're like last year, they had a 20-year reunion or something, and Josh was there. And he was like, "You're welcome for making the greatest romance of all time," or whatever. Very, I'm assuming sarcastically.
Joss
otherwise
Whedon's completely lost his mind, and
Came
so he
off
tries to
very douchey.
re-release it with Sarah Michelle Gellar digitally colored black for
Oh, man.
through the entire series.
Oh,
This is how it was intended.
I was
Then
watching.
he shits himself
I was watching
because he's lost his mind.
after he got thrown off Avengers 3. Like, all right, Josh, there's the exit. Leave, please. Jesus Christ. Somebody follow him home. Oh, man. But I was watching season 2, man. Or
Well,
season 3.
Season 2 is really good.
You're gonna have to steal it now, I guess.
Yeah.
Hang on, that wasn't Joss Whedon. That was a Bonnaball that got in. Where the hell's Joss Whedon?
I got the
Just, I
DVD.
just love the idea. Some guy like, I never wanted Joss Whedon.
Why do I even have
Deranged.
Netflix anymore? I got the DVDs, but do you know how inconvenient it is to have to get up and walk 8 feet over to there and pick up one of those discs and thumb through to the disc that I need and then have to move that plant thing that falls over all the fucking time to put the CD...
That's not on camera.
Well, whatever. There's a million fucking plants that have been there for 12 years.
Oh
Don't
god.
oh, man, Adam's fucking everything up.
Now this is gonna
Just
be
turn
bad.
the... Nah, just whatever. Here, look, just fucking get the fucking...
What are you guys at over there? What the
I
hell is
don't
going on?
fucking
Why does
know.
Adam have the camera?
I don't know.
They're perfect. Perfectly framed.
Anyway, then move that out of the way and open the case so that I can put the fucking DVD in there. Man, you got a great anus, Adam.
There, that's fine.
See how inconvenient that was?
Oh, I gotta pee real bad. Hey, let's get through this.
Sorry
Red
for-
Dead Redemption
I'm sorry
2.
for showing you my anus.
Oh, that's fine.
Well, there wasn't...
Seen it a couple times.
I don't think the anus was actually showing.
Oh.
What are we on? Let's fire through this.
Red Dead Redemption 2 supposedly has the entire first game's map and a lot more. I don't believe this.
No, that's what I've heard.
I don't think Mexico's going to be in this. And Mexico
not in 2018. It's not. you best stay on that side of the
700-foot
wall.
high wall.
They put that in the game. You're just wandering through the wilderness and you come up against this massive concrete wall.
Bump into Jon Snow and you're telling you the Night's Watch keeping all them dirty Mexicans out. Stay out of New Texas or
It's
whatever
just
it is.
Trump in black armor.
Yeah.
It's like, get away from my wall! I make the best taco balls. I love the Mexicans, but you stay over there where you belong.
Now, if it was released today, it would be really up its own ass. So it would have its own wall, and they'd be like, "See, it doesn't work. When will we learn? Hopefully, nobody rises to power and tries to enforce this terrible thing."
They've already built a wall that doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, it didn't work. Tear it down. Like they're saying, it's like
Humanity must be
it's a
better than
7,000-foot tall wall that stretches from the Gulf of Mexico to California. Nobody can get through. And you see a bunch of Mexicans on the outside. It's like, okay, that didn't work. Tear it down.
The Mexicans got an undead dragon blowing a hole through the wall. I have to wait until 2019 to see what happens.
Spoilers.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, I know it's going to be a huge map.
Yeah.
I don't believe Mexico's going to be in this, but I'm.
This may be
I hope I'm happily
This
surprised.
may be some. I don't know, jumping to conclusions or a bit of that. What do you call it?
Jumping to conclusions.
We know,
like just being over emphatic. Being embellishing. And
well,
shit.
we know Armadillo and
those original locations, excluding Mexico, potentially are still in the game.
What's that town called? Water.
Waterloo.
Blackwater.
We know Armadillo and Blackwater.
Armadillo?
The town of Armadillo.
There's a town of Armadillo, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the first towns you go to in the game.
Okay.
Rory, you crashed and killed three more people.
Why are you blown away by this?
Rory, there were much worse names for towns in the Wild West.
Anyway, there were armadillos there at least.
Like Denver.
Anyway, so this points to a number of years ago when we saw leaks, number one, that this was going to be called Red Dead Redemption 2. When everyone was like, that's not going to be called that, that's a stupid name. And secondly, the fact that we saw a bunch of composited maps a number of years ago.
Yeah.
That included that original section from the first Red Dead Redemption and also a fuckload more, potentially the New Orleans area. So I'm wondering now if those original maps were true in any way, whether they were conceptual at the time or if they were like actual working game maps. So that'd be interesting because this is supposedly Rockstar's biggest map ever.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure I got the planted shot.
Oh, whatever. It's a bunch of fake plants. Don't worry about it. I like that you bring that up now.
Aaron and his fake plants.
I got a fake because I'm hiding.
You should see the rest of his room. They're everywhere.
Yeah, fake plants. I'm hiding the corner of my corner unit because it sticks out a little bit past the wall.
Why you got some real plants?
Because then I got to do stuff with them. Anyway.
Yeah. Haven't you played There Stands the Tall Grass, Andrew?
So I'm excited about that.
What? What empty garbage is that?
It's the Fallout New Vegas quest. It's the best quest in the whole damn game.
Oh, yes, of course, Rory. Well, if you played...
Well, Andrew would get it!
If you played it the way I played it, in that I just run to Mr. House and shoot him in the face immediately, I didn't do that quest.
Well, you play it wrong.
There's no way to play it wrong. Rory's New Vegas.
Apparently there is.
No, it's
The
not.
whole twist was spoiled for me. The fact that Mr. House... Did you say Mr. New Vegas or Mr. House?
I can't remember. The correct one.
Mr. House, the fact that he was actually, like, in the game and you could kill him was completely spoiled by Jordan's cousin. Because we were all playing on Xbox Live in a chat. And
Oh,
his
really?
cousin
Oh.
was like, yeah, he went and killed Mr. Howell, blew the shit out of him. Like, oh, great, I just met him. That's cool. I thought he was just a fucking robot, but apparently not.
Oh, he's in an
Thanks for
iron
that.
lung in the basement.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You gotta run down and open
Yeah, I
it.
went down to the basement and blew the shit out of him. Alright, awesome. Thanks. Thanks for spoiling this amazing
That
game.
was probably spoiled for me also, but I didn't give it... Well, actually, I don't know. I liked Fallout at the time. I guess I was less enthralled about New Vegas because I assumed it was DLC. But then it turned out to not be DLC.
You were a child.
Yeah,
In
well,
a child's mind.
2009, I'm 19...
Child's mind.
19 years young. Anyway, I brought this up because, Red Dead Redemption news, and I thought the map would be cool.
It's out in like 3 weeks.
Because, I mean, you look at GTA, and GTA is a big map, but it's also kind of... It's kind of shrunk a little bit by the fact that you can fly across the map in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But when you're now on a horse, and it's a lot slower, there's a lot more difficult terrain to traverse,
They had
and this is
planes
also
back then.
bigger. Well, yeah, well, I mean, they did, but... Actually, what is this?
No,
This is
they
our late 1800s, isn't it?
No, they didn't have planes back then.
They didn't.
First flight was in 1910, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Around there.
I mean, there were... Yeah,
You get like an
First
experiment.
First good flight.
first flight where
Not
nobody
bad
died.
flight.
People were
back
definitely
then.
trying to fly before then.
Yeah, there were...
But there was a side mission in the first Red Dead Redemption.
It's like a glider thing.
Yeah, with the experimental plane.
And this takes place in the 1800s, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so never mind. No planes. But
There are helicopters though.
Like that one from Mad Max 2.
Yeah.
With that asshole and the fucking... I don't know how nobody died filming that movie with that fucking helicopter. It's just like a chair.
They're
with a-
Australians. They can get hit by helicopter blades and be fine. They're really hard.
Like, there's somebody... I don't know what they did with it. It must have been a dummy, but they crashed it in the movie. And it looks like the dude fucking eats shit. But anyway.
1903, sorry.
Oh, okay. And that's probably the guy that you helped, too. Remember?
Way
him
to
in
be
Red Dead?
off like
7
years.
Yeah, what a
Sorry.
fucking piece of dog shit. There's more cars in
Maybe
this
go to history
game,
class
man.
for once.
Anyway, I just think it's going to be great traversing this big ass map. We got over 200 species of animals. We got
Wow.
legendary animals that you can make outfits out of.
Legendary animals?
yeah.
Like the rhinoceros and the tyrannosaur.
Yeah, you can fuck them eagles up before they even endangered.
I'm gonna kill the town dog and make him into a hat.
Oh man, I hope you can do that. I want to be the biggest piece of shit in this game.
You walk into town. The first thing you do, hey, this is a cute dog, and you skin him in the street, and then stretch it over your head.
It's like sitting in the street quartering up this dog. Like, alright, I gotta save the pelt.
Kid comes out of his house. Rover, come here, boy.
Rover.
I don't
Fucking
know.
stereotypical dog.
Man, it's the 1800s.
And Arthur's
These
there,
names had to come from somewhere.
Arthur's there licking his lips. And,
He walks over to the little girl wearing the dog hat. He's like, what are you looking for, little girl?
It's still dripping wet and everything. There's a head on the front and the tail on the back.
Can I help you find something, miss?
It's like, look, if I tug on his paw, the tail wags.
This has got the dog's head on the front.
Yeah.
Is that you're like a beanie with a dog's head? I want to make Arthur be like a super fat guy who goes around being an asshole.
Yeah.
Because it'd be funny. It's just funny because in the screenshots we've seen, I feel like it's like an evidence of the game aging kind of poorly already. In some facets, because when you see
Not even out yet.
when you see the facets of Arthur, or when you see the pictures of him fat, you can see like the seams on his shirt get wide where his gut's been stretched out. So it's like the middle where his buttons are gets super stretched and it looks really weird. So I think it'd be funny.
You can customize your character in this?
Was that picture not photoshopped?
I don't think so. I mean, I heard maybe it was.
Maybe it was photoshopped.
Maybe it
and
was.
That's why it looks like shit.
But I heard you could gain weight in it.
So did I.
And
but
shave and
maybe
stuff.
not. I don't know. You can shave. That was confirmed in the second trailer.
I think I don't know. I thought I read on the Rockstar's website you could.
I'm pretty sure I read that too. I don't know if they released an actual picture of it.
Maybe not.
Don't you have to pee or something?
Oh, real bad.
But I don't know. It was a good Photoshop if that's the case because he had weight in his face as well with like
Yeah.
a little crease. So
I'm really committed to this podcast now.
anyway, Red Dead looks great. Everyone already knew that.
Hey, Assassin's...
Andrew replayed Assassin's Creed recently. And
Also,
now,
Odyssey,
Andrew, tell us about the new Assassin's Creed.
that he hasn't played yet.
I haven't played this one yet.
Tell us about how bad it is.
Well, it's out, and from all the reports, It seems to be super grindy and microtransactions up the asshole.
Good.
I haven't seen any of that, but I also haven't seen a whole lot of the game. I haven't played it myself. I just watched some live streams of it. Well, from what I've seen, the couple of people that were playing it, it seemed to run decent.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It seems to play good because it's based on the gameplay from...
I've heard the story
Origins.
is good, like the setting and all this.
Yeah.
What I like about the gameplay looks a little bit more fluid in this one than it has in the past games. It looks like there's a bit more connection between what you do and what the character does, rather than the old games where it's like press a button and hope the character does what you want 2 minutes later because there's a lot of animations the game has to get.
Do they still have the missions where you follow a guy around for 10 minutes?
Probably.
My favorite mission.
It wouldn't be Assassin's Creed without that.
When you fail and you gotta do the whole thing again.
Yeah. Black Flag was the best for those.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to finish that now, and it's just like there's like 2 different kinds of missions in the game. It's fucking annoying.
It's that and fun.
Anyway, so I mean, Origins was kind of microtransaction heavy as well.
It had microtransactions, but it was...
You said it wasn't intrusive.
No,
so
it was purely cosmetic stuff for Origins. For this, you can buy booster packs for your XP and your money.
Yeah, I never buy those.
Yeah, well, they exist now.
Okay.
So
you can get Assassin's Creed and then avoid playing it.
By accounts I've read, if you you're doled out XP and gold at really low rates now to incentivize you to buy those packs.
Would that be just early in the game, or is that like...
Apparently the grind is real later on. Like early on, you're like, okay...
Yeah, I've heard it actually gets more profound as you get later
it's
in the
like
game.
Shadow of War last year.
Okay.
So it's near the... as you go on... It's
hopefully
like,
by the time I play it is fixed.
Yeah, I'm holding off for now as well.
Well, I still gotta play
waiting to hear what Ubisoft says about it all.
I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah.
It sounds awful.
I'll get it for Christmas. It looks really fun, though. I mean, I don't really give a fuck about the grind.
You got a lot of games to get through before you get to this.
I do. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to play... I'm going to finish 4 and then do Origins and then this one.
Oh. But you're going to miss 2 of the really good ones.
But I'm not missing them, because these are the Origin stories. We have Origins and then an Origin
but
story that takes place before
you're
the
missing...
I'll go back and play them eventually, but I don't know. Just the gameplay, like the gameplay in Origins and Odyssey seems more interesting to me than the gameplay from like Rogue and Syndicate and stuff. Like that seems more like traditional old school.
Well,
Assassin's
Rogue
Creed.
was very much Black Flag, but Unity and Syndicate changed the gameplay entirely again.
Okay, well, I think I have them, and I'll play them eventually. But I was really intrigued by Odyssey. Not Odyssey,
Unity is genuinely probably the best one.
Oh man,
just
you kill
saying.
people again.
Now, if you play it now, it was garbage when it came out, but it's genuinely amazing
probably
right now.
runs decent now.
Yeah.
Also, not on the list, but 2 cents from Andrew, Shadow of Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, I haven't finished it yet. It's good. I think I liked Rise better.
In terms of gameplay or narrative? Or
everything.
Okay.
Graphics-wise, though, this is definitely better, but I think the flow of the game, I think I just preferred Rise. Rise had a better balance between the exploration and the combat. This is it's a much more exploration, but I feel like I'm being pushed along too fast with the exploration. I'm not being given time to collect everything with an area. With Rise, I felt like I had time to just clear an area and then move on to the next. With this one, it's like, hey, go to this tomb and here's a story beat that forces you to go here. You can go back here if you want to, but Lara really should be right here right now. That's what I'm feeling like right now.
I didn't notice that too much. Because I mean, I'm also, when I played Fallout 4 specifically, and everyone was screaming at me to go to Diamond City to rescue my son, I fucked off for 200 hours and did everything else.
Yeah, see, narratively, that doesn't make sense, and that's why Fallout 4 has a weaker narrative than Fallout New Vegas, because it doesn't lend itself to half the gameplay mechanics in the game. In Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it's very clear that Lara should be doing certain things at that moment. And at the beginning, it's like, hey, here's a big open area for you to explore, and it makes sense for you to do that. But once the story starts going...
Once you reach a certain point, it does make less sense for her to not just keep going.
Yeah.
I agree. But there's like an opening section of the game, and that sets everything up, and then it's like, all right, here's a big free roam bit.
Once you get to Paititi and you start advancing the main quest a little bit. Since I've done a
Even
main
before
quest
that,
in
I
Paititi, it was once that started, I felt like it really didn't make sense for Lara to go start collecting artifacts.
I guess because in my game I didn't do that. I got to Kwakiaku and I was like, all right, I'm just going to explore because that's why Lara.
At that point in the game, it makes sense for you to go.
Yeah, because that's why Lara kind of went there. Yeah. So,
but once you start unlocking all these areas, I feel like I'm not being given enough of a narrative reason to go collect things.
It is a little strange for her to just not do what she's trying to do from a narrative standpoint.
Although I will say the motion capture in this game is amazing. Like for the cutscenes.
Yeah, there's a lot of great like mannerisms that they capture, like even just like the throat bob.
Yeah, there's a lot of. This might be the most emotional that we've seen Lara, which is awesome.
And there are I don't know how far along you are. Did you just get to Paititi or?
No, I'm past.
Okay.
I'm at the mission right now.
Oh, Queens of the Stone Age. Are playing on the.
Oh.
All right.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Queens of the Stone Age songs in Codemasters games. Yeah, there's a lot of cool set pieces in that game. I really like it, but I don't think it is as good as Rise.
I don't know why Lara went from like a D cup to a minus A cup in this game.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
She's not minus A cup. She's still got some bobbage going on.
She does have some bulk though, which is neat. Like her arms are way bigger in this thing.
She's just been maybe that was all water weight.
And it makes
it's all water weight. She's been working out, lost her tit.
All the
weight.
weight was moved from her tits to her arms.
That happens,
What was that really bad Tomb Raider game where it's like a stat progression thing where she picks up a box? She's like, my arms.
That was
feel
Angel of
bigger now."
Darkness.
Yeah.
They tried to do a RPG sort of thing where you would have to do certain actions and Lara would get stronger.
Yeah.
And you'd be able to progress the story that way.
But she'd like move a box. She's like, I feel stronger now.
Wasn't that the
it
fifth
was
one?
dumb.
Was Angel of Darkness the fifth one?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
So at that point, shouldn't she be the fucking
Last
Tomb Raider?
Revelation was the fifth one.
Oh, okay, right. But I mean, at that point in the game, she should be an established adventurer.
Yeah.
It's not like
they tried to do something. They tried to do something new.
That was the first
It
one
didn't
on,
really work.
on the PS2, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That
it was
took
the only one.
Fucking 10 years
No, that's
off.
a lie.
Dick around.
What'd
What'd you think of Blood Ties?
Loved Blood Ties.
That was really good.
Yeah.
It's great DLC.
Yeah. No, it was good.
I suppose just before we wrap up, if you guys are done talking about Tomb Raider, just very quickly, Hollow Knight, Void Scent, I think it's called. There's a
sequel or DLC?
It's actually out on PS4 and Xbox One now. It comes included with the main game and the 2 free DLC that came out, the Grim Troop and what was the other one? Gods, I think.
Also, Hollow Knight is part of Humble Monthly next month.
Yeah, Humble Monthly next month. You'll get Hollow Knight free.
And it's only $20.
Well, for cheap.
$19 Canadian for Hollow Knight. I highly recommend you pick up that game on any console. It's out for pretty much everything at this point.
Or you can get Humble and get that and like 20 other games for $5.
If you're on PC, it's advisable to do the Humble thing.
Or if you don't have that, I'm just,
Oh, okay.
Because it came out on PC first, you should already have it on PC.
So you played Hollow Knight, yes, Adam?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to pick it up again on Xbox.
I think you mentioned it briefly when it came out. I don't know if you finished it or not.
Wait, you have it and you're picking it up again?
Yeah, because I played it on PC and I got partway through, and I really enjoyed it, and then something happened to my save file and got corrupted.
And then you realized you didn't have a graphics card.
Well, it doesn't need a graphics card or anything, but I want to pick it up on PlayStation 2 so I can get all the DLC. It's not that I wouldn't be able to get it
PlayStation 2
or 4, whatever. And plus, I want to be able to
I'm
listen.
going to connect my PS2 to the internet.
I want to be able to listen to podcasts and stuff while I play the game because it's a very it's not a game with a lot of.
What the fuck is going on? Are you into Far Cry 5 here now?
I'm confused though. Why aren't you playing? So like you have it, you still have it on PC.
Yes, but to play it on PC, it's because I only have a laptop. I can't dual screen. I want to be able to listen to podcasts while I play.
It's not like your friends gave you a computer.
Anyway, that's it for the podcast. Goodbye, everyone.
I'll see you next time.
Goodbye.